Hello and welcome to Lovely English Stories. Thank you for stopping by. This story is written for upper intermediate English learners. Ready? Let's get started. E2 English Story. Peter's Regrets. Some people are good at letting go of things that have happened to them, and others hold on to them and regret what happened. Peter has a lot of regrets, but he has learnt to live with them and make peace with his past. When Peter was a little boy, he was very naughty at school. He played up for the teachers and messed around all the time. He was often sent out of class because he was so disruptive. He didn't know why he did it. He just got bored very easily. Once Peter got to high school, he calmed down a little bit. But then he made friends with a group of people who weren't interested in doing well at school, so his grades started to suffer. He left school with very few qualifications and didn't know what to do. His parents felt like it was their fault, but they had tried everything to encourage Peter to behave. He was a cheeky chappie. Although he was naughty, he never hurt anyone else. At the age of 17, Peter decided to sign up for the army. He didn't really want to do it, but he felt like he had no other choice. He was working in a factory and hated it. At least if he joined the army, he could get a qualification. He joined and trained to become a mechanic. It was hard, and he missed being away from his family for extended periods of time. But it helped him to mature. He learned discipline and how to set routines. He got better at listening to instructions. It took him 3 years, but he passed his mechanics course with flying colours. He ended up staying in the army for 5 years. It wasn't for him. He was grateful for everything he had learnt, but he didn't believe in fighting and wars and wanted to be back home with his family and friends. For a brief time after he moved home, he regretted his decision. He felt like everyone's lives had moved on since he'd been in the army. He felt like he didn't belong and was out of place. But then he got a job as a mechanic, and everything started to come together. Fast forward 15 years, and now Peter is a team leader. He also mentors teenagers who have behavioral issues like he did when he was a kid. He sees what they're going through and gives them tips and advice on how to cope with their boredom, frustrations, and outbursts. Peter regrets being naughty as a child. Sometimes he thinks he did it to try and make others laugh and respect him, but in the end, all it meant was he left school with nothing but a bad reputation. He knew that wasn't the real him. Now he helps other youngsters and hopes that his regrets don't become their regrets too. It's never too late to turn your life around, and Peter is proof of that. He's had many ups and downs, but now has faith in himself that he can do his job and do it well. Peter also has a girlfriend now and 2 dogs. They own a beautiful house and enjoy weekends away in their camper van. Sometimes Peter looks back and regrets how his behaviour must have made his mum and dad feel, but he's spoken to them about it and they've put it to bed. They know And he knows that he didn't mean anything malicious about it. When he bumps into his old friends from school, he's often reminded of how cheeky he was and he cringes inside. He wishes they could remember a different version of him, but he has lived, learnt, and grown. Peter may regret his past, but he is positive about his future. Now let's go through some of the intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced vocabulary from this story. So get your pens, pencils, and paper ready to take some notes. Regret. Regret. Regret is a feeling of sadness about something sad or wrong, or about a mistake that you have made, and a wish that it could have been different and better. Cheeky. Cheeky. If you are cheeky, you are slightly rude or showing no respect, but it's often in a funny way. If you're cheeky, it isn't nasty or horrible. Being cheeky can often make people laugh. Cope. To cope. To cope is to deal successfully with a difficult situation. Discipline. Discipline. Discipline is the practice of making people obey rules of behavior and punishing them if they do not. Extended. Extended. Extended is long or longer than usual. Faith. Faith. To have faith is to have great trust or confidence in something or someone. Fault. Fault. A fault is a mistake, especially something for which you are or someone is to blame. Frustration. Frustration. Frustration is an annoyed or impatient feeling that you often get when you are prevented from doing what you want, and this is how you can become frustrated at it. Mature. Mature. Mature people behave like adults in a way that shows that they are well developed emotionally. Naughty. Naughty. Now, adults can be naughty too, but when children are naughty or their behavior is naughty, they are behaving badly or do not do what they are told to do. Again, adults can be naughty because we don't always do what we're told to do. Reputation. Reputation. Reputation is the opinion that people have about how good or bad someone or something is. Suffer. To suffer. To suffer is to experience physical or mental pain. To put something to bed. To put something to bed. This idiom means to successfully deal with something or to solve an issue or problem. Youngster. Youngster. A youngster is a young person, usually an older child, perhaps in their early teens. Disruptive. Disruptive. If someone or something is disruptive, then they are causing trouble and therefore stopping something from continuing or happening as usual. Malicious. Malicious. If someone or something is malicious, then they intend to harm or upset other people or things, or animals perhaps. Cringe. To cringe. To cringe is to feel very embarrassed. Outburst. Outburst. An outburst is a sudden, forceful expression of emotion, especially anger or frustration. Children often have outbursts. We hope you enjoyed this lovely English story and the vocabulary explanations. Thank you for stopping by. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You can get productive and check out our language learning productivity packs and stories on Etsy. You can find the link in the description box below. And don't forget to use code YouTube10 for 10% off. See you soon!